The We Are Wakefield podcast is brought to you in partnership with Podmatic. Welcome to the We Are Wakefield podcast, new for 2025 with Podmatic. We're here today with Chris Lord, the Virtual IT Director, and Sue Maxwell from McManus Consulting. So I'll come to you first, Chris.
Okay.
So just give us a little bit of background about yourself, about the Virtual IT Director, how it came about, what you do, why you do it.
I worked for an IT support provider for 25 years. I started off making the tea and unboxing computers.
As you do.
And all I ever wanted to be was the tech director of that company. And a few years in, I made that achievement. And so I was tech director at the IT support company for over 10 years. I learned an awful lot. But then I decided there was really a bit of a gap in the market for unbiased IT guidance, for a face on site and someone to guide people through with their IT, because there's so many different IT products, there's different IT services, and somebody just to knit it together. As you can probably tell, I get quite excited about technology in any form, but I also get excited about solving people's problems. And so it seemed a natural fit to set up the Virtual IT Director.
So when you say the Virtual IT Director, I mean, for most of us, IT is like another language, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a complicated industry to navigate your way around. Mm-hmm. We can't live without it. We can't live without IT in businesses these days. So when you speak to a business, how do you describe how you would support that business?
It's really translating the geeky technical stuff into something that's real. A business wants a problem solving, and technology is the tool to do that. So it's really just translating that business need into a technical solution. But with so many different facets to IT, it can be quite tricky, and people don't really have the time to work out what IT products and services they can do. And they don't really, sometimes if you go to an IT support provider, their business model is supporting that they can sell their products and services. So to have some unbiased IT guidance in the mix at a relatively low cost, there's clearly a gap for it. And somebody that could talk to somebody who comes to site and can talk equally comfortably with somebody on the board, but also somebody in the warehouse, somebody in the admin department, somebody in the marketing department, somebody who can engage with those people and connect with those people. So there's definitely a need for that in the especially in the SME market as well, when people haven't got their own IT departments.
Yeah, exactly. So, like I said, every business needs IT. It does solve a lot of problems for us. It saves us a lot of time.
Yeah.
But when issues arise, or you're just setting up in a business, for example, how do you know which tech you need and which problems it can solve for you, really? So is that something that you would go in and kind of do a bit of a fact find with the business?
Yeah, I mean, the Virtual IT Director service, it starts off with drawing a line in the sand, if you like, a full IT audit with a written report and a follow-up meeting, just to draw that line in the sand and to sort of say, this is where you are now, and here's the recommendations, and taking into account that business's goals and objectives, because they know a business owner knows what they're trying to achieve, but they just need that helping hand to get them to that place. And IT is such a necessary tool in today's world that they need that guidance.
Yeah, absolutely. Technology.
Yes.
Yeah, we all need it. Some of us hate it, but that's why you're there, I suppose.
That's right, yeah. But we've got a host of technologies now. We've still got quite a lot of on-premise IT equipment, but then there's a myriad of accounting solutions out there, and it's also knowing what's right for the business and encouraging them for their input into it. It's not, you're not just buying a box off the shelf not just buying a box off the shelf. You actually need their input. It's a two-way street now with the complexities that are brought with IT. But that's where the virtual IT director comes in, and we can simplify it and do the legwork for them without any other agenda other than helping them.
So you're not selling the products.
No.
Helping them decide what they need and where best to get that from.
Yeah, they're giving me a problem, and we're giving them a solution at the same time.
Yeah, amazing. We'll come back to that.
Okay.
So Sue,
Hi.
McManus Consulting, tell us a little bit about you, your background, and what you offer businesses, how you support businesses.
So my background is partner director. So I worked for a large technology business, HP. I don't know if I'm allowed to mention that, but a very large technology business.
Others are available.
Yeah. Not the source, I have to say, not the source. So I worked for a very large technology business, a corporate business, and decided that the way that the industry was going, I felt that I could offer a better service doing it through my own business rather than doing it through the corporate business. Corporate businesses are great, absolutely fine, no issues with corporate businesses, but I found that I couldn't add value to the customer as much as I wanted to add value, because obviously for me it was about going in, it was about delivering a service that I wanted to deliver more than the service that I was allowed to deliver with the corporate world, because it was only a print industry. And I wanted to be able to extend a portfolio of products and services and technology into my customer base, and I wasn't allowed to do that. So back in just before COVID, we'd had conversations, myself and James, before COVID around setting up a business. And we'd been thinking around the different services, the different technology that we wanted to offer our clients. And it was really interesting because COVID hit and we went, actually the model's changing. And overnight, the service annuity that the print companies were getting was reduced by 70% because people weren't printing in-house. Everybody was sent home, everybody was told to work from home. They'd got systems in home that weren't secure, which was a concern because they'd got the home printers. And also they'd not got the technology to do the Teams meetings to be able to communicate with their colleagues. That it was all very in an office, we're good in that office, we've got that technology, but when you come out of that office. So we built our services around how we could support somebody with a hybrid way of working, from when you work from home to when you're working in the office. It's a very similar transition. And also it helps your CSR because obviously travelling into work. So our model went from technology and making people be more document driven, so looking at every document that is in the business and being able to streamline that process and make it more secure and cost effective. So it's around scanning. So it's around scanning products that you've got in your office into the cloud. It's around looking at that document workflow through your business to be able to retrieve that document quicker, to be able to then not have to print that document out, which then saves you printing costs. So even though we came from the print background, we don't go in and speak to a customer all the time about print. We talk to them about digitalising their processes in their business. And then you move through to the meeting room, so giving them a great meeting room experience, meeting room technology, because obviously if people have got multiple offices, they don't always want to travel into the same office on a regular basis, and giving them that experience is absolutely fantastic. So we've built a number of products and services around a hybrid way of working and how we could help people grow. So we actually as a business go into the business as a consultant.
Right.
So even though we go into the business maybe looking at print, we talk to the customer, let us know what your roadmap is, talk to us about where you are, what your growth plans are, you know, have you got a document management system in your business, because that could save you money on your print. And then we build a roadmap very similar to what you do, Chris.
Yeah.
And we look at customers, because we're a one-stop shop for full office technology. We can work with that business on that roadmap, and we can support them with a number of different services, so we can be their one-stop shop.
So it's interesting when you say that, obviously, when the pandemic happened, there was a massive shift, wasn't there?
Absolutely.
From out of office to home working. And for a lot of businesses, home working had not even been considered before that, had it?
There was no trust, was there,
No,
before?
no. So it was really interesting how that shift happened, and now we almost expect at least a hybrid working solution.
Absolutely.
People recruit on that, don't they? Where, it's part of the package where you can be offered that flexible working. So I'm sure that both of you have seen a real shift over the last few years since we've moved out of the pandemic now from what we had before. Businesses are a very different, they work very differently, don't they, to
Absolutely.
how they did 5 years ago.
Yeah, they want the choice ultimately.
Yeah.
And they don't really want to have it set in stone that they want to all work from home or all work in the office,
Yeah.
but they do want the choice.
Yeah.
Because of whether it be another pandemic, it could be a snow day, for all sorts of reasons, but they want the choice ultimately.
I think it is moving slightly back. I think there are
Yes.
a number of companies out there that are now trying to push it to a more of a 75% in the office, where
Right.
it was before. It was slightly different. I mean, there's a number of large corporate companies out there that we're hearing now are actually moving back into that. We need to see you in the office a lot more frequently. But to be able to have that choice and be able to have that technology which we can provide to do that and do it securely, it's absolutely fantastic. It's absolutely instrumental. And then we can provide that fully managed service as well. So the fully managed service for us means that if anybody's got a query with their printer, their laptop, their whatever that looks like, their visitor management system, we can actually come out, we can actually give them service. We've got the bandwidth to be able to do the service, as well as be a UK-wide business, even though there is only the four of us in the company.
So you're both making businesses more accessible, more flexible,
Yeah.
more
Absolutely.
cost efficient.
Yeah.
You're making them appeal more to potential placements of staff. So it's really interesting, isn't it, how the shift's been from sort of our generation, if you like, where I remember the days when we had filing cabinets full of documents and paper, and
Yeah.
when you think of the potential risks that are there for a business, how we've shifted now to make everything online, everything accessible to who it needs to be accessible to, more secure.
Yes. Cybersecurity is a very hot topic at the moment.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
Especially for businesses that have got growth plans as well. They need to make sure that they're protected, and they're protecting their members of staff, but they're protected as an organisation as well. But yeah, it's a very, very hot topic, and so when you bring products out of the box, they need crafting to make sure that those cyber defences are up to protect, because you're not just protecting the business, you're protecting your members of staff, your team members.
It's all about the good workplace, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's a very hot topic, and just buying the right products doesn't mean that you're cyber secure. They need IT professional services to make sure that it's in a good place. And that's where the virtual IT director comes in, really being able to knit together all those different IT products and services. And it doesn't always have to cost the earth. There's, like I said, there's many IT products out there, and they're all really good.
Yeah.
But they're not good if they just come out of the box and plonked.
Well, the thing
into a
is,
business.
if you don't know about these things, if you're not an IT expert, which most of us aren't, if we're not in that industry, most of us are, you get your entrepreneurs who are amazing at what their area of expertise is, and you get your professional services, but they're not necessarily IT experts or experts on how
don't
to
want to
improve
be
the
either.
processes, are they?
Absolutely.
No.
I was just going to say that, Chris.
We really don't want to
Yeah.
be. No, it's a minefield, isn't it? It's, like I said at the beginning, it's another language.
Yeah. And there's so many security products that are built into the products that you already have.
Yeah.
And it's having that awareness of that they exist, and having the knowledge to put it in place.
Because I suppose a few businesses as well, they'll overcompensate. So it could be that you're actually duplicating a lot
more
of the
isn't always
services.
better.
Yeah. So you can help navigate and...
That's it, and that has a knock-on effect with the IT overheads.
Yeah.
That's where we can optimise the overheads, because sometimes there's a lot of overlap between the products, and actually, if it's just rationalised, companies can save money and be more cyber secure.
Absolutely. So where they may see your service as an on-cost, actually it can result in a lot of savings in the long run.
Absolutely, yeah. And that'll be always be the goal with the virtual IT director service.
Yeah, and it pays to get the right people in who know what they're talking about, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think every business that you talk to, it's not about everybody. Some businesses think that they absolutely can deal with their IT. Realistically, it's time, I think. Whereas if you've got somebody like Chris, time's of essence in a business. So to be able to go to Chris and say, look, I've got a problem with my laptop, or I've got an issue with my IT, or am I secure here, or whatever. You can be going out there, you can be selling your own technology or your own products, whatever that may be, and then let somebody else do it, because time is just so important in a business now, rather than sitting there and trying to figure it out and trying to work it out yourself. Because if you've not got that knowledge, why not lean on your experts?
That's right, and a lot of companies focus on the cybersecurity, the prevention, but an equal area to focus on is the resilience that your system's got, and also a really important one here is the recoverability, because stuff does happen, unfortunately, and it's making sure that have you got a good disaster recovery, business continuity plan, and who do you call? It's simple things like that. And can you be recovered in a day, a week, a month in some cases? So it's just making sure that you know what your recoverability is, but also how long it's going to take you, and also that you test it and practice it, and almost have bragging rights about your cyber defences.
Yeah, and I mean that's a selling point for your business as well, isn't it? Because everybody who associates with that business needs to know that their data's secure.
Yes.
I mean, that's a massive, massive issue, isn't it?
Yeah, and knowing what data you have as well, and the age of that data. I mean, we're bleeding into GDPR now, but it's, businesses have lots of data, and I'm not sure a lot of businesses know what data they have, and it's going back 20 years, and there's a lot of personally identifiable information in that data, and identifying that, so that can be a bit of a minefield. But this is where we can help, and we can look at that as a complete, the IT as a whole,
for
the
you're
business,
looking at
or
the
technology
full
as a
picture,
whole.
aren't you?
Exactly.
And as are you, when you go in, you're looking at how you manage different problems within a business and offer solutions.
And I think that's where myself and Chris work quite seamlessly, really, because obviously we'll work with a business as you walk in the door, like we have done today here. We've signed in, we know we're secure, we know if there was a fire, that's our system that we've signed in on, that's our visitor management system that is for people, contractors, staff, visitors, to make them secure. And obviously then it's, when an IT director comes in like Chris, he'll understand that the good workplace is followed and everybody's secure in that business. You can prove that to health and safety. And then going on from that, the scanning and the archiving we do, that obviously then puts everything into the cloud with retention dates, which then Chris will make that secure through his services. So it all complements each other. It's absolutely fantastic the way that we can work together.
Yeah. Episode 1 is brought to you by the Wakefield Expo. So we love a collaboration at We Are Wakefield. Collaboration is our key word.
Yeah.
So looking back, how long have you been with We Are Wakefield now, Chris? I remember your first event. It was it Wakefield Theatre, your first event?
It was.
And I remember
I'm
that
cringing about it now.
Well, the thing is, people cringe about networking. I never use the word, really, do I? The N-word, because we all go, ooh, you kind of recoil at the word networking, don't you? But, I mean, I remember really clearly your first event. I know how nervous you were.
Yes.
When you came along. I feel like McManus have been with us forever. I can't even remember your first event.
That's a compliment.
It is.
We've been with you 3 years in June.
Yeah, so almost then, because I've only been in the role for 3 years.
Yeah, 3 years in June. year 2 became a supporter.
Yes.
Because we wanted to obviously give back to yourself, Claire, because of the amazing work that you're doing, and we wanted to give something back to the network, and then it's been instrumental for us. The collaboration, we met, I think, probably the first time at Wakefield
Cathedral, yes.
Was it Wakefield
and
Cathedral?
I was putting my pitch to you and James, and yes,
and
I've learned a lot
since then.
since
then we came
then.
to see you
Yes,
after.
that's right, over in Morley, wasn't it?
Over in Morley, that's right, yeah.
And so I think between me and McManus, we have an exchange of ideas, and which is really useful as well.
Absolutely.
And I've started using your hybrid mail, which is a godsend, I might add. So it's just brilliant.
Yeah, that's another service that we've not even touched on, isn't it? The hybrid mail solutions that you offer businesses as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that it's interesting to see how businesses have shifted and how we operate differently. Absolutely. To the point where something now, when we get a physical letter or something in the post, unless it's in a brown envelope, it's really exciting, isn't it? And
absolutely.
It's a great way of, we're kind of almost going a bit retro, aren't we, in that we're looking at how we can use hybrid mailing for marketing, for example.
There's a lot of digital noise still that gets lost.
Yes.
And to be able to send out a branded piece of valuable information, fully branded, with your logo on it, with the information you want to relay to that client, is invaluable. I mean, we've got case studies where people have sent out campaign work and they've got a number of different appointments from that campaign work that they've done through the physical mail. Like you say, it's great to get a thank you from somebody, a personal thank you. And, we can do all of that for a business, which is absolutely fantastic.
And the old-fashioned Christmas cards as well.
Yeah.
I got quite a few, and I recognised that they were from your hybrid mail system. So it came into its own, didn't it, at Christmas?
It did. We got a very nice welcome on board from yourself as well, Claire, didn't we?
That's right, yes.
When we moved into the office. And we've got that framed. You know, it's absolutely fantastic. We've got that framed in the office, so we can showcase that as well.
Because you can add photographs, you can add logos, you can really personalise it, can't you? It's a nice little thing to play with. I like a good faff on, something where I can, play around and make it really personal and make it look visually how I want to from scratch, really. So
and the affordability is amazing. It doesn't even cost the price of a first-class stamp.
No.
It's just crazy.
Yeah, it's bizarre, that, isn't it?
It is,
it's
isn't
crazy.
it? How do they do that?
Working with the largest downstream access provider, going straight out through Royal Mail, just cuts the cost, cuts the middleman out, and they're the biggest downstream access provider, so they're getting really good rates and they're passing them on to us because we've got a good partnership, which is fantastic when you build these great partners that you can then support the value with your customers. And pass that down to your customers, which is absolutely fantastic.
Well, it comes down to the whole ethos of WAW Wakefield, doesn't it? It's about creating partnerships, working together. How do we support each other? Yeah. When we come together in that room on the first Friday of every month, how do we have those conversations? What do those conversations turn into? They turn into relationships that build and grow, don't they? Absolutely. You two are absolute a testament to that, because you're both making great partnerships. I want to talk to you, Chris, as well about Wakefield Technology for All.
Oh, yeah.
So this is a little sidearm to the virtual IT director, isn't it? Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, it as so many things did, it started in the COVID pandemic, and it started off with a Facebook post, just kind of recognising that people were trying to do homeschooling and they were struggling to have the tech at home. So I put out a Facebook post, just sort of saying, anybody that's homeschooling and they need a laptop repairing, that sort of thing, give me a shout and I'll see what I can do. Well, that kind of went a bit wild.
Yeah.
And then we're around at some friends having some beers and a Chinese takeaway, and it suddenly evolved into Wakefield Technology for All. Let's put a name on it. And then it turned into a Facebook group. And then awareness was starting to grow, and suddenly we had donations of laptops, and then people heard about us, so we could dish those out to the local community.
So is this businesses that have got spares kicking around,
it's businesses and it's homes as well.
Yeah.
A lot of people in the homes and in businesses, they've got laptops sat on shelves gathering dust, and they're either going to go to landfill, which is just feels wrong because they're very capable. It's still capable hardware, or they're just going to be sat there doing nothing. So to recycle them or refurb them, securely erase the data of them. I mean, that's people's biggest concern.
It is,
so we securely erase the data, give them a certificate to sort of say it's been secured and how it's been securely erased, and then we'll pass them out to the community. And usually they come via some referrals, some just requests from Facebook, and we'll pass them out to. Really, it's very unconditional who can have a laptop. So it could be somebody so they can do the schoolwork at home. So much homework now is digital oriented on Microsoft 365. Could even be somebody starting up the business. So I've helped quite a number of businesses where they started. You need to keep your overheads low. So to have a laptop just to get you going, so you can send and receive emails, do your website, all that sort of thing. And we've also helped out a number of charity organisations and non-profits as well. So I think in the 4 years that we've been doing it, I think we're up to about 160 laptops that we've delivered.
Wow.
Which I can't even fathom that. I don't know how it happened. I feel like it happened by itself, but
and the difference that makes to that individual, that child, that adult starting up as a new start business, or charities that are needing some support. That makes all the difference, doesn't it, to them?
It does, and I don't think I completely connect with what difference it does make. But clearly it does. I mean, when I've delivered laptops, we've had tears, hugs, kisses, you name it, which is wonderful. But it's not just me. I'm not just Wakefield Technology for All. We've got Paul and we've got Joe, who are also trustees with we are. I'm going to say we are Wakefield then, Wakefield Technology for All. So it's not just a one-person effort, but I think we do a bit of good out there, and clearly there's a gap. I think the biggest problem that we help with is kids that are trying to do their homework at home, and they're at home and they're sharing smartphones between themselves. Now, first of all, a smartphone and a small screen, that's no good to do your homework and do an essay or something. But to share devices in a home, I mean, it breaks your heart, doesn't it? So to be able to help with that, and because we go and deliver them ourselves and we help them with setup, and of course it doesn't end there when we deliver the laptops. We kind of say to them, if you drop it, don't worry, just give us a ring, we'll get you another one. So and also because they're used laptops, they're not too precious about taking them to school. So we really do try and enable these kids and families with the laptops. But we'll also help with football clubs, or it could be we've done Kids Aware, we've done Wakefield Cathedral, the list goes on and on and on. And I
know you've worked with Community Foundation Wakefield District quite a lot.
Oh, the work that they do is just incredible. It blows my mind. And Lisa and I get on really well. We quite regularly communicating with each other, saying, can we help each other? Because another part of Wakefield Technology for All is that when we visit the recipients of the laptops, is that we can spot if they've got other needs, and therefore we can connect the dots with other organisations. And sometimes when we deliver these laptops, we're delivering a laptop, takes 2 seconds, but then sometimes we'll sit down and have a cup of tea, and they can kind of offload a little bit to somebody who's not involved with their situation. So it's kind of, we're delivering laptops, but there's a few other facets to it as well.
Yeah, and I love these stories because it's, again, typical of what happens at We Are Wakefield, isn't it? We get together and we join the dots, and we see the bigger picture. It's not a hard sell environment where people are there ramming the business cards down people's throats. It's about building partnerships and supporting each other. And you do that in absolute abundance, Sue.
I think, you're right. Yes, we do. Yes, I pride myself in it. I've come from that partner director background, so the rest of the team are sales. So We Are Wakefield and networking, the rude N word, referrals, testimonials, everything else has been instrumental to our business and getting those relationships and partnerships. And we're looking at growing that for the for this year, 2025 is our year. We've moved over to Nostell Priory.
You have, so you're neighbours.
We're neighbours to Claire.
To WAW Wakefield HQ.
Absolutely.
Yes. I feel left out.
I know. Well, you're always
to work
with us, yeah. So I think what we intend to do this year is grow that partnership. So it's work with all those collaborations that we've made through WAW Wakefield, through, other avenues, and support people within our office environment. We've now got a showroom, so we can build partner days, collaboration days in there, where we bring in a partner can be a host, and you can bring in your clients. And we can work with charities as well. So we're doing a charity event with Community Foundation on the 21st, and that is absolutely fantastic. We're opening our doors with Lisa to bring in any unwanted clothing, furniture, any unwanted items, drop it off in our office, and then obviously Lisa will rehome that to people that are requiring whatever we receive on the day, dependent on what their people's needs are, or if not, they've got the shop in the Trinity where they can take that to the shop in the Trinity. So we want to start doing more of that next year, and working with partners that we've engaged with. We've got a portfolio of products and services ourselves and technology, but we honour ourselves building that second layer. So we've not only got our own products and services, we've got an extension of our portfolio through our trusted partners that we work with, and we like to build that, because we don't like to say no to our customers. And likewise with Chris, that's where we can work together. If somebody wanted virtual IT services, we would then obviously send the customer referral over to Chris, who would help our customers. So it's making our customers more sticky for us as well, but then obviously giving them something back in our showroom, and letting them come in, letting them use our technology, etc. in the showroom, because that is valuable as well. But for the work we've done with yourselves and with the collaboration we've done with WAW Wakefield, it's been instrumental to the business, which is what I mentioned earlier, Claire. Absolutely fantastic, which is why we're supporters. And we just wanted to give back. We've got some great friendships, opportunities, introductions from some of the other key members in there as well. So it's been absolutely fantastic, and testament to you as well, Claire.
Thank you. I mean, you do everything right. You go in there, you have conversations. When you see there's a new member on board, you invite them along to the office. And that's what it's about, isn't it? It's just about learning about each other, what we do, why we do it.
It's not about selling, is it, on that initial conversation?
And it's about how we support each other and help each other grow and thrive. I mean, one thing that I wanted to get across as well, when we touched upon that you're at Nostell now. You started out in Morley.
Started out in Morley in a two-man office.
And you came along to WAW Wakefield, saw what was happening, saw that it would work for you. And then obviously you've moved the office into the district as a result of the partnerships that you've made.
Our passion was to be at Nostell because it was such a lovely business part. And I would, recommend anybody, and I couldn't recommend people, the estate any more highly. Peter, Gale, everybody on that estate is absolutely fantastic. That in itself is a community as well, which is absolutely
and community
fantastic.
is important, isn't it? That's what we keep mentioning, networks and connections and building relationships, and that's what it becomes a community.
It does,
absolutely.
And community is important. It's important that we, and in the true sense of the word, not just a business community, but a community where friendships blossom and relationships, beyond the business happen. I just love to see it. It warms my heart. It's what gets me out of bed every morning, is seeing these amazing collaborations, some of them really unusual, I've got to say, and you just think, how on earth did that happen?
So just to go back on that, Claire, just to let everybody know that's listening to this podcast, we set up our office. Our office was just done through WAW Wakefield members.
I think it's one of the biggest collaborations, if not the biggest collaboration that we've celebrated, actually, because we do celebrate our collaborations, don't we? And the move into the office at Nostell was all.
So the IT, the furniture, absolutely everything, even down to, you know, using the Yorkshire broker as our insurance company. We looked at the portfolio for WAW Wakefield, and we said, right, we're going to use these people because, you know, it's instrumental to, let's not go away from being local. Let's utilise our local businesses and grow our local businesses and put our you know, support into those local businesses, because, you know, what goes around comes around, and if you're supporting them, you know that you're going to get reciprocal support. And that's what we do with our partner program. It's all about reciprocal. So, you know, like we've shared opportunities between ourselves, and every partnership that we do, which is why I mentioned the partner events in the office, it's because we want to build that reciprocal partnership. We just don't want to take opportunities from people. We want to give back as well. And that's important, whether it's for a charity or whether it's for, you know, somebody we've just met at WAW Wakefield or any of our other networks. It's key to give something back.
And I think it's important as well that we discuss our challenges, we get that peer support around us. And again, that's something that I see happening all the time between members. And we encourage that at the events where, you know, we say discuss our challenges. I've been guilty in the past before WAW Wakefield came into my world, if you like, you know, 20 odd years in a family business, working in isolation, not knowing who to ask for help, being afraid to ask for help, actually, being embarrassed to ask for help. And that's just not the way to grow as a person or grow a business, is it?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I think it is the support. It is knowing that you can go and you can trust everybody in that community, and in that you can collaborate with anybody. You, like yourselves, we had a great conversation with Isaac when we were at the WAW Wakefield first Friday last week, around
so
how we can work
Podmatic,
where we are today, and how we can work together. And there's some great ideas, and I think it is good to support each other. And, you know, we trust the conversations that we have with those people because we've built them as trusted, loyal people in that community. And I think everybody has got the same mindset, which is really good. There's no fear of sharing anything, if that makes sense, with people in that community.
We're all on the same journey, aren't we?
Absolutely.
We're all running businesses. We've all got important decisions to make. And if we can get some support from someone in that room who's already been on that part of the journey, why wouldn't we do it? Why wouldn't we talk to each other?
Why be insular and just, you know, worry about that problem yourself? Because there's no need to worry about the problem, because there's people out there that can help you. And that's how you can build your business quicker as well.
Absolutely.
By supporting people. We've got such an array of services. It's unbelievable.
With over 200 members, there's always someone in that group, in that room, that will have trodden that path that you're walking on at the moment. And we like I said, we encourage people to discuss challenges and successes. So, I mean, what are the main challenges that you're finding at the moment, Chris? What would you say are the things that you feel are your sort of sticking points that you need to get over to grow the virtual IT director?
Well, it's exactly that, actually. Business has grown in the last 2 years, and now I'm making decisions about how I grow, which direction, but also choosing the right people to be involved with that.
Yes.
You know, I'm currently out there looking at the moment for people that share the same work ethic,
That's
share the
important,
same
isn't
values,
it, that your values
but
align.
not necessarily the same personalities. We want a blend of personalities.
Yes.
You don't always want people that are going to agree with you. You need that. Not diversity, but different viewpoints.
Yeah, and people that are going to challenge you as well.
Absolutely, yeah. You want to be challenged, otherwise you're just not going to move forward.
No, nobody wants an army of yes men around them, do they?
Absolutely. And whether you like it or not, you don't always like it, but that's what you absolutely need.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest challenge at the moment, is which direction, and also the big one, who. Finding those people that share the same values as what the virtual IT director is at the moment.
And how do you kind of assess someone then when you're having a conversation with someone? What's important to you that they get across to you?
First of all, it needs to be a face-to-face and not a Teams.
Yeah.
I think for something as important as that, for me,
good coming from an IT person, isn't it? So it's interesting that you take that viewpoint that you'd rather see someone face-to-face than on a screen.
I think establishing a relationship with somebody especially of importance, needs to be face to face. But it then makes subsequent conversations on email and on Teams more constructive, more real, and you engage with people. I think it's very important. It's the face to face, but also I think when you're face to face, you can gauge from body language what they say, the chit chat before and after that you don't get on Teams, and from all of those different angles, I think I'm a fairly good judge of character that somebody could be a good fit for the virtual IT director. Yeah, interesting. How about you, Sue? What would you say about that?
The challenges obviously we've got is very, very similar to Chris. It's expanding, it's landing and expanding. At the minute, there are 4 of us. To be able to have the bandwidth that we would like. We've just taken on a very large opportunity, the biggest opportunity that we've had since starting in 2021. A multi-site opportunity, and we would like to take on more of those multi-site opportunities. We've got the bandwidth to do it, but obviously we need the people to be able to do that as well. And it is engaging with the right people with the right ethics. But like you say, Chris, it's not always having that yes person. It's having those leadership skills to be able to work with somebody that you're happy to be challenged, and if you've got those leadership skills that you don't mind people challenging you as a business owner, that's absolutely fantastic because it can help grow your business. We're working with a coach at the moment as well to see, looking at our business plan to see when the right time is to then, take that next step and who that person's going to be. Looking at our processes to make our processes more slick so that obviously when we do employ somebody else, not that our processes aren't there at the minute, but just to realign our processes, because I think you go into business and you work in the business all the time, and it's all sell, it's all, but then you need to sit back and work on the business because it grows naturally, but your processes need to grow with it. So that's where we're at the moment. And yes, looking at increasing our workforce, increasing our sales, our sales arm of the business in the next 6 months, 100%, to be able to grow where we want to be. And like you say, that is face-to-face meetings with those individuals interviewing, because it's getting the right person.
Yeah. But it's interesting to note that none of us can do this on our own.
Absolutely. Just going back to the We Are Wakefield thing, I'm so grateful to We Are Wakefield because, we all know it can be a lonely place as a business owner, and to have the support to be able to vent.
That's important as well, though, isn't it? Yeah. Having a good old whinge now and again.
That.
I think we had a good old whinge in the cafe before we came in the studio. We might have had a little moan and groan about things.
Nothing wrong with it.
But it gets it off your chest, and then you know, especially for us that are sort of working on our own a lot of the time. We have a team, but we're not with them during the day as much. We're out and about, we're having to make decisions on the go. I think it is really important to have people that are not directly involved as well, but are trusted people within your business community to offload.
And you pluck a little nugget of knowledge and experience from every person that you speak to.
Absolutely.
And that's what makes our businesses our businesses.
It's so important that we don't exist in silos, isn't it? And don't try and do everything on our own. That can really bog you down. And that can be the end of some businesses as well, because we've just not known who to tap into for that.
It's being honest and asking for recommendations, isn't it? For somebody, who's your trusted, loyal, person that you go to, person that, I'm looking for X, Y, and Z. Who do you use? There's nothing wrong in asking somebody, what do you recommend? Who would you use? How would you, do whatever that task may be?
Fresh set of eyes on a problem as well, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
It's worth its weight in gold. It really is. So talking about challenges, we've all got challenges that we face day to day, but talk about celebrating our successes as well. What would you say has been the biggest success for you so far as individuals and as a business? What would you really want to shout about and celebrate if you could?
If I'm being perfectly blunt, I think the fact that I'm still here and still with the virtual IT director,
Absolutely.
because when you start a new business, it is quite a leap of faith, as we all know.
Really is.
And I'm just happy that I'm here and I'm talking about growing and not talking about how to survive.
Yeah.
So I think that's the biggest success, and also doing something that I just love, I just get excited about, and just doing what I'm doing, and the variety of jobs that I can do, and because I've got the freedom. So yeah, I think the biggest thing though is the fact that I'm still here and talking about growing.
Yeah. It's amazing, isn't it? We're all putting food on the table from doing something that we enjoy and we love, and that excites us every day. I think that's, we've all got to be so
there's no shortage of excitement.
Yeah. Even in IT.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I'm not sure which way to take that.
That's funny,
Yeah.
IT's brilliant.
IT's fun. It is when you're with Chris,
fun,
isn't
yeah.
it? Yeah. So how about you, Sue? What would you celebrate?
So I'd obviously say exactly the same as Chris. It's great to still be here. It's great to have grown our business to the size for this moment in time that we wanted to be, that we wanted to achieve. Being over at Nostell, we wanted to have our own showroom, we wanted to support our clients. So that's a massive success story for us, because to be able to grow the business, we've done it through our own portfolio, so we can demonstrate any of our products, any of our technology to our clients. And I think it is key for us, and the success for us is the support we've had from everybody. The support we can't, I'm gonna put my hands up on it here and say we've done this ourselves. We've done this as business owners. Myself and James founded this business. We brought Len, and he's been instrumental in that journey. However, it's everybody that's around us. We've built some very good friendships, some very good people. We've collaborated with some very good businesses and built some very good relationships. And a lot of the success story is around working with all of those people as well. I take my hat off and say, yes, it is us, but it is people around us that have supported us to do that and to come where we are. Come from being a one-man band, well, a two-man band, myself and James, on my dining room table in COVID, to a two-man office, and then to a showroom. It's great on a 4-year.
What a
at
journey.
The end of on a 4-year roadmap, other people have helped us do that as well. And I'd like to take my hat. And those people out there that are listening to this podcast will know the people I'm talking about. A lot of the people that have supported us to help with that growth.
And I feel really privileged to have witnessed it as well. I've witnessed both of you grow as individuals, as business owners. I've seen the businesses grow and thrive. So it's been a real privilege to see that happening and be a little tiny part of that as well. Yeah.
So our growth has been from collaboration, the rude N-word, networking, customer referrals and testimonials, and that is another great success story for us. We've not had to at the moment have a BDM looking for new opportunities. The business will grow probably into that in the coming months. However, at the minute it's all through referrals and collaboration, which has been absolutely fantastic as well for us.
That's great. It's great to hear. So in the spirit of We Are Wakefield, I want you to think of a top tip for 25. So what would you give as your top tip to someone who's either starting out or who's in the sort of fledgling stage of their business? What would be your top tip for 25, Chris?
It's pretty straightforward, but it's believe in yourself, persist, and hold your nerve. I think they're the things that they're the three clear things that I think work for me anyway. Yeah.
And it is important to hold your nerve, isn't it? And sometimes it's really hard.
It is.
We've all been at that stage where we think, is this worth it?
Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's very difficult sometimes, but I think that's where the belief in yourself comes in. And I think even if you think the things aren't going your way, to persist and keep hacking away at whatever task it is you're working on, and it does come good.
Yeah, every day's a school day, isn't
Absolutely.
it? Yeah. but hold your nerve and persist.
Yeah.
I like it. Great advice. So, top tip for 25.
Top tip for 25. New member coming into the WAW Wakefield community.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to collaborate with not new members, but the existing members that are in that community, because everybody is in that community to help you.
Yeah.
If anybody says to me that they've got no business from WAW Wakefield, I would absolutely feel that they haven't put the effort into trying.
I've not even paid you to say that, so thank you.
No, you
Thank you.
taking it all to one side, you've got to put something in.
Oh, absolutely.
And
I say to everyone, it's not a magic wand.
It's not a magic wand.
Yeah, it's not a
but
magic
you've got
wand.
partners there. You've got supporters there.
Yes.
Engage with those partners and supporters
Yeah.
who will point you in the right direction
And
to
the
engage.
ambassador members are there, flying the flag, being
Absolutely.
real ambassadors for what we stand
Absolutely.
for, along with members like yourselves and the supporter level members.
So new members for the coming along on board, engage with those people that have been there, that know that they've had value out of it, because they can put you in front of the right people as well. Because it's all about collaboration and helping.
Yeah. Thank you. Wonderful tips. Thank you so much for your company today
Thank you.
and for your
It's been
time.
really good, thank you.
It's been great to hear more of an insight on what you do, to hear about the successes you've had through the group and the community and the relationships that you've made, and I hope to see so many more of them in the future.
There will be, I'm sure.
Thank you so much for your time today. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Chris Lord from the Virtual IT Director. You can find us at the-vitd.co.uk.
Hi, Sue from McManus Consulting. You can find us at enquiries@mcmanusconsulting.co.uk.
Hi, I'm Claire, Managing Director of WAW Wakefield. You can find us at wearewakefield.org.uk. You can contact me at claire@wearewakefield.org.uk. But please give us a share, a like and a subscribe on Spotify or YouTube. Thank you. Attend the Wakefield Expo on 26th of March at the Education Exchange Nottingley. Go to wakefieldexpo.org.uk for details.